Hi guys, this is Jenny from Paparazzi and this is a tutorial on how to roll a tight coil using a quilling slaughter tool, a toothpick and a needle. Enjoy the video. Hello, today we talk about rolling quilling strips. You can roll it in many ways just by using your fingers or by using a quilling slaughter tool or a toothpick or a needle. I will demonstrate how to roll a coil using all these three tools. I'm working with a 5 mm wide strip and I'll use a slotted needle first. So when we are using a slotted needle, we insert the paper strip into the slot and then start rolling away from your body. So after rolling, I'll also show you the differences of using different tools. So at the end of the strip, I am applying very minimal glue. Not a lot is needed, just a little glue to stick down the end on the strip. So that's one tight coil. Today we will work with tight coils. That is by using the slotted tool. Now we will use the toothpick. So when using the toothpick, I am placing the strip under the toothpick, and then I'm pinching the edge down before I start rolling. And when I'm using a toothpick, I will need tweezers to get hold of the coil as we proceed. I keep lifting up one side of the tweezers to allow the rolling of the coil smoothly. This is a little tricky, but with practice one can master it and you will actually find this one quite easier and more, you will have a cleaner work at the end. So let me glue it. So I guess the difference is obvious now. You can see the difference at the center of the coils, right? The center of a coil is a more cleaner circular center. So that's with the toothpick. I will proceed to do it with the needle. The same process with the needle. Press it down. Little difficult though. Pinch it and then roll again using the force of the tweezers. So for a finer work, finer center with no folds in the center, for a cleaner look of the coil, this is the method I prefer. It is a little slower than the needle, than the slotted tool, but I find this more easier to do. That's come with the practice. So now look at the center with the needle. It's very tiny and it looks much more cleaner than all the three. So the center of the coil that we made with the quilling tool has a little edge showing. The center is not clean, whereas with the toothpick the center is more round and the center has no paper folds in it. So is the coil with the needle, except that the center is much smaller and more neat. And there's another technique I'd like to show you while rolling perfect coils. So I'll take the toothpick coil as an example. You see that the edge is more obvious. There's a bump in the coil, which is fine, but if you want a finer look to the coil, more perfect look, this is the trick. So keep one edge sharp, this edge sharp. This edge is where we are going to start the rolling. All right. As we roll, there is a tiny technicality to the gluing down aspect. So before I stick down the edge on this side, I tear it down a bit. So there is a jagged edge. All right, let me tear a little bit more. So there is a jagged edge to it. The thickness of the paper is not the same anymore. Now if I apply glue here and stick it down, you'll see the difference instantly. The bump is not that predominant anymore. So you see the difference, right? The edge is more smoothly glued down to the side of the coil than if you do it without tearing away the edge. So that's one technique. It gives a more smoother and fine looking coil if you do that. There you go, the difference between using different tools, different quilling tools, and a little tip to make a perfect coil.